Hello guys, I am back to review Impact from the 27th of May, I think it was. First of all, before I get on to that, I'd like to apologise to anyone who watches my videos for not making an Impact review, sorry, for the last Impact that was on last week. Basically, I had too many things to do and I could not really be arsed watching Impact. The one from last week, coincidentally, I only just finished watching before I watched this, and I am knackered because it's early on in the morning. But anyway, here we go. So tonight's Impact. First out, we had Jeff Hardy came out first to the ring, called out Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson came out. Now, anytime you give Mr. Anderson the mic, it's gold. It really is gold. I am loving Mr. Anderson at this moment in time. He's great. I'm loving the little babyface turn he's doing. The genuine unknowing that I have. I mean, I've got a feeling that it's all just part of. It's going to work out part of his plan as a swerve on Jeff. But you know, even still, I'm loving it at this moment in time. I'm loving the arsehole bit. And it's small things like this that TNA need to do. I know it's not a big thing having someone openly say the word arsehole, but the WWE hasn't done this for years. They're not able to because of the age rating. And like, small things like this can really distinguish TNA from the WWE if done correctly, not just randomly throwing curse words in there. But you know, people watch that. That's a good promo. Would it have been as good if he didn't use arsehole? Probably not. It wouldn't have been as funny, and it wasn't just that. It's just Anderson is. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If there's any wrestler out today that takes me back to the Attitude Era, it's that guy. And to make a big statement, seeing as I was a huge Steve Austin fan growing up, Anderson has every bit the potential to be the next Stone Cold. He does. So that was good. Towards the end of the promo, AJ came out. I've never heard this word before. Is it a butt shot or something like that? I don't know. It was funny that he called Mr. Johnson. It was a very good promo, very good way to start the show. Had me in stitches. Next up, we had the band. Yay. Versus Team 3D and not Motor City Machine Guns, versus Team 3D and Ink Inc. I've said it before, say it again. Ink Inc. are crap. It is a stupid name, stupid idea for a tag team, stupid reason for them being a tag team, and this match, it's pretty much made no sense to me. I mean, I know they're doing things with 3D, Jesse Neal, Shannon Moore's been thrown in there because he's Jesse Neal's tag partner, but the Guns are the #1 contenders for the band's titles, and they are nowhere to be seen in this match. TNA have the two best tag teams in the entire world, bar none, in Beer Money and the Guns, and they are not in this match, which pretty much is showcasing TNA's tag team division, or the top tag teams, if you will. But yeah, the fact that Guns are in this match made completely no sense, and the Guns weren't on this show at all as the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. I just found that a bit stupid. Winners in this match were in Kink. Could someone please, if someone feels the need to comment or wants to comment on this video, it's welcome. Could you just please add in your comment why on earth Ink Inc. are receiving this push? Because I could not see it. Shannon Moore was doing well in the X Division. I like Shannon Moore. Leave him in the X Division. Why Jesse? Why the roster cuts are coming up? Jesse Neal to me is a prime candidate for a roster cut. He's crap. I'm sorry, he just is. So we'll move on from that. Kaz interview with Flair an interview backstage. Flair gets involved. Loving what Ric Flair's doing just recently. Ric Flair is epitomising what these veterans should be doing. He's basically going around the back, and now it's with Kaz, which is great because I'm a Kaz fan, a big Kaz fan. But he's going around the back, and he's now in his promos, his interviews, he's putting over the guys who basically are as well known to anyone who hasn't watched TNA for years. He's doing it with AJ. You know, he keeps saying, "You're AJ Styles, you don't need me," and you know, there's friction between AJ and Kaz because they're all trying to get Ric Flair's attention and whatnot. But you know, now he's starting with Kaz, giving Kaz the push, and you know, he's not talking about himself as Ric Flair. He's genuinely trying to get the guys over. And I read somewhere on a website, the website I get my news from. I don't do spoiler sites really. It's TNAWrestlingNews.com. I think they're an affiliate of actually TNA. I'm not right sure about that one. But yeah, And on that website, it says that Ric Flair is actually a huge fan of Jay Lethal and never stops talking about him. Which is really good to hear, and it is great to see Jay Lethal just actually being himself. I thought they were going to do him with too much over the top with the Ric Flair spin-off off the back of the Macho Man, but no, he's genuinely himself, I think now, which is great, and I'm really glad to see it because Jay is very underrated and he's a fantastic wrestler. Kaz versus Jay Lethal, good match, bit too short. But I think most of the matches on the night were good matches, but a bit short. Uh, Kaz wins with a Ric Flair assist in AJ, and Kaz, let's say, have a little schmozzle at the end. Next match, OJ versus Abyss. Didn't pay much attention to it, to be honest with you, and it's not for the reason people think. The reason I didn't pay attention to this match was for Abyss, and back in the day, I used to love Abyss. Now, I will only pay attention to Abyss again the minute he black hole slams Hulk Hogan off of a 20-foot ladder into a lion's pit who have just got the scent of blood, which is never going to happen. But I'll take a turn on Hogan. I'll start liking Abyss. Because I actually, God forbid, I'm starting to like the Orlando Jordan character. Yeah, I just think it's different. It's very different, and there's a lot of flair to that character that you don't really see nowadays in wrestling. A lot of taboos in Orlando Jordan's character, which appeals to me because, like I say, it's just something different. It don't appeal to me in a gay way. Can I just say that? Okay. So then we have an RVD promo calling out Sting. It's a good promo again. Love the video package put on by Tna. We're going to say Sting. He obviously didn't do the video package. Sting was up in the rafters, basically talking to Rob Van Dam about what he's going to do to him and take his championship. The only problem I have with this is if this was a match that was potentially going to be lined up for Slammiversary, which is probably Tna's second biggest pay-per-view of the year, why did it have to be Sting on RVD's debut? Why could that have not been saved to a later date so it was a shorter gap between RVD coming in and Slammiversary? But yeah, this is only a minor complaint. I mean, in my other video I was saying, why wasn't it RVD confronting Sting instead of Hogan in the first place? And now they've done it, so I can't really complain. Knockouts match made me violently ill, and it made me violently ill for the simple fact that Taylor Wilde and Sarita jobbed to the beautiful people. Now, the beautiful people, I get it, the blonde people like them, people want to bone them, I understand this. They make the best two women wrestlers that TNA have job to some pathetic bimbos. I know they're probably not genuinely bimbos, but some pathetic bimbos who can't wrestle. And they made the two best wrestlers job to them. That made me sick. However, the match after it made me happy. Hardy versus Wolf was a very good match for the time it was given, which wasn't much. People have to understand TNA have to do big name matches on Impact. It's how they're going to draw an audience. So Wolf versus Hardy is going to draw an audience. However, they cannot make it a pay-per-view standard match, otherwise people won't buy their pay-per-view. So they're like in a catch-22 situation. They give the big name match but make it shorter than it's going to be for the pay-per-view, so people know that when they buy the pay-per-view, even though it might be the same guys on the pay-per-view, they're going to get a better standard of match. So yeah, I like that Hardy Wolf. What the fuck? Morgan promo after that calls out. I like Matt Morgan. They shouldn't have taken the belts off him really. Morgan calls out Anderson. Little schmozzle there. Samoa Joe gets involved. Squares up with Angle afterwards. Angle backs down. Then we have AJ versus Mr. Anderson. Again, a good match. Quite short. AJ cheats, gets the roll up. Anderson asks his arseholes at the end of it if AJ did cheat. They all say yeah. Anderson starts on AJ. Jeff Hardy comes out with a chair. Was he with a chair? Yeah, he was with a chair. Ends up shaking Anderson's hand. I have a little bit of time left, and I forgot to mention this before. What the fuck was that midget doing on Impact? I have no idea. It immediately smashed a hornswoggle to me, but he got his ass kicked by the beautiful people, which I was happy about. But then he starts making out with Lacey Von Erich. She would kick that guy in the touch in real life, I mean, fuck's sake. But yeah. And also, why would Spike put midget wrestling on their network when they've got TNA, a proper wrestling organisation? They're just making wrestling look a joke. And that's no slur against small people, but it does make wrestling look like a cheap joke. Overall, this was a good Impact. I enjoyed it actually. It was a pretty decent Impact. The only complaint throughout the show I would have had really was promo times could have probably been cut a bit shorter and wrestling the matches being given a bit longer. But yeah, overall it was a decent Impact. Watch it, guys. Subscribe, and I will see you later.